Hello students, from Bookkeeping and Accountancy 12th standard, we are going to solve the second chapter, so not for profit concern account, sum number 6, page number 117, Radha Krishna Charitable Trust Hospital. Account of a charitable hospital from the following particulars relating to Radha Krishna Charitable Hospital, Pune. Prepare income and expenditure account for the year ending 31st March 2020 and the balance sheet as on that date. So we have to prepare the income and expenditure and the balance sheet. Underline it. Receipts and payment account for the year ending 31st March 2020. Receipts to balance brought down cash 8,230, to subscription 52,000, to donations in brackets general 17,500. So we're going to transfer this donations amount directly to the income side. To interest in investment 10,000, to proceeds from charitable show 8,530. Payment side by medicine purchased 41,000, by general expenses 1,050, by salaries 23,500, by stationery 2,000, by expenses on charity show 550, by surgery and dispensary expenses 4,200, by equipments 10,000, by balance carried down, cash in hand 960, cash at bank 13,000, total 13,960. Then total of receipts and payment account is 96,260. Then the additional information, in additional information, they have given you the opening balances and the closing balances. So subscription due 1st April 2019 310, 31st March 2020 350. Subscription received in advance in 2019 1st April 2019 600 and 31st March 2020 150. Stock of medicines 8,000 11,000. See in your receipts and payment side. On the payment side, they have given you the medicines purchased. So in this sum, the opening stock means on 1st April 2019, the stock of medicine, that is your opening stock, that is 8,000, and the closing stock on 31st March 2020, that is your closing stock, that closing stock is 11,000, and per medicines purchased is given to you. So here the stock of medicines consumed is asked you. So we have to give the separate effect of that to your expenditure side. So in expenditure side, you are going to write down 2 medicines consumed. You have to underline it. After that, you have to take the opening stock of medicines, that is 8,000. In that, you have to add the medicines purchased, that is 41,000. Then you have to add that two amounts, opening stock and the purchases. Then you have to deduct the closing stock, that is 11,000, and the second effect of closing stock should be given to the balance sheet asset side. So you have to solve this particular adjustment like this only. Then estimated values of equipments 15,000. Do the marking over here, the equipments, because in your payment side the equipments are there. So this is the opening stock and that one is the purchases. So make the marking over there. So while doing the posting, you have to put the amount in your column. Then buildings 40,000. After that, capital fund 1,70,940. Then next 10% investment, opening stock is 1 lakh. Provide depreciation on equipments 1,900 and on building 150. So do the marking for the equipments again and the building also, because the depreciation is given. So while posting such type of sum, first we're going to transfer the additional informations opening stock. But here the subscription due, that is given to you, then the subscription received in advance, that is also given to you, then the stocks of medicine is given to you. We're going to give the effect when the posting will be done for the subscription and the purchase of the medicines. Before that, we have to give the effects of estimated values of equipments, means first the opening balances should be transferred, and after that the receipts and payment, then the adjustment, then we're going to give the effects of subscription due. So here the subscription due on 1st April 2019 is 310, means this is the outstanding subscription for 1819. So we have to deduct this outstanding subscription from our subscription. Then the next subscription due on 31st March 2020, that is outstanding subscription for current year. So when the outstanding subscription for current year is there, that time we have to add that outstanding subscription of the current year in the current year's subscription, and we have to give the second effect to the balance sheet asset side. So we have to add the current year subscription and deduct the previous year outstanding subscription. After that, next subscription received in advance is 600 is the amount of subscription that we received in advance in 2018-19. So last year we received that subscription in advance for next year. Now our accounting year is 2019-20. So this 600 is subscription received in advance for last year, but in current year we have to add this subscription 600 because this is for current year. Okay, so we have to add that particular amount in current year subscription, and the subscription received in advance for on 31st March 2020 is 150, means that is the subscription received for next year. So we have to deduct that amount from the current year subscription, and the second effect is given to the balance sheet liability side because that is the subscription which we received for 2020-21. So that is received in advance, so we have to deduct this amount of subscription. Now we're going to do the posting for each and every element. So first we're going to transfer the additional informations opening stock, that is fourth one. The estimated value of equipments is 15,000. We'll put the amount in inner column because it having the adjustment. Then leave 3-4 lines. After that, next buildings opening stock is 40,000. Then next capital fund, it will transfer to the balance sheet liability side, 1,70,940 in inner column. Then next 10% investment, it will going to appear to the balance sheet asset side, 1 lakh. Then we're going to transfer the receipts and payment account. So two balance brought down, we're not going to consider that. Then the next one is your to subscription. It will transfer to the income side by subscription, 52,000 inner column. Then next leave 6-7 lines because there are many adjustments. Then next donations, it is general, so we're going to transfer that amount to the income and expenditures income side by donations, 17,500. Then the next interest on investment, it will also transfer to income side by interest on investment, amount is 10,000. It will going to appear to the outer column. Then next to proceeds from charity show, it will transfer to the credit side of income and expenditure account, that is by proceeds from charity show, amount is 8,530. Then the next we're going to transfer the payment side Here buy medicines purchase is given to you, and in your additional information the opening and closing of stock of medicines is given to you. So we're going to transfer that, means we have to find out the medicines consumed during the year. For that we require the opening stock. The opening stock is given 8,000. So in inner column we're going to put the amount 8,000. Then here the purchases is given to you, buy medicines purchase. So we're going to add that purchases in the from the payment side to the expenditure, add purchases 41,000. We're going to take the total of that and we're going to put the total in inner column only, 49,000. After that, the closing stock is also given to you. The closing stock is 11,000. So we have to deduct that amount of the closing stock. So we're going to deduct less closing stock, 11,000, and we're going to put the amount in the outer column. It will going to appear 38,000. Then the second effect of the closing stock is given to the balance sheet asset side, that is closing stock of medicines, that is 11,000. After that, the next buy general expenses, it will going to transfer to the debit side of income and expenditure, that is to general expenses. Amount is 1,050. Then next buy salaries, it will going to transfer to the expenditure side to salaries. Amount is 23,500. Then next buy stationery, stationery transfer to the income and expenditures debit side, that is to stationery. Amount is 2,000. Then the next buy expenses on charity show, it will transfer to the debit side to charity, to expenses on charity show. Amount is 550. Then next buy surgery and dispensary expenses, so we're going to transfer to the debit side of income and expenditure to surgery and dispensary expenses, 4,200 outer column because adjustment is not there. After that, buy equipments, already the opening stock is given in the asset side. We're going to add the purchases of this amount, equipments 10,000. We're going to put the amount in inner column only because one more adjustment is there. So inner column 25,000 will be there. After that, buy balance carried down, cash in hand 960, cash at bank 13,000. So the total will be 13,960. Then we're going to transfer, or we're going to give the effects of depreciation. Depreciation on equipments is 1,900. So we're going to deduct the amount of depreciation from the equipment 1,900, and we're going to put the value in outer column. So that is 23,100. Then the next, we're going to give that effect on the debit side of income and expenditure. Here we're going to write down to depreciation, equipments 1,900. Then the building, the depreciation amount is 1,500. So we have to deduct the amount of depreciation from building. The amount will be 38,500. We're going to give the second effect on income and expenditures debit side. 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . So the total will be 3,400. After that, we have to give the effects of subscription. So in subscription column, what they mention in additional information, they mention subscription due on 2009-10. So that much amount is outstanding for last year, and the subscription due for 30th April, 30th March 2020 is 350. So that is the outstanding subscription for current year. So we're going to give the effect, means we're going to add that amount in the current year subscription, 350. This is the subscription, but that one is outstanding. So we're going to add that amount, and the second effect is given. The current year outstanding subscription is 350. After that, last year outstanding is 310. We have to deduct that amount from the subscription. Then the next, subscription received in advance. Subscription received in advance for 2019, that is 600. The current year is 2020. So we have to add the last year's amount received in advance, means we're going to utilize that particular amount for current year. So that is 600. So we're going to add the outstanding subscription for current year and the subscription received in advance last year. So we're going to utilize that particular amount, means that amount is received for current year. So we're going to add that amount, and we're going to put that particular amount in inner column only. So the total will be 52,950. Then we have to deduct the amount of subscription which is outstanding for last year, that is 310, and the current year's subscription received in advance, means that particular amount is for next year. So we're going to reduce that particular amount from the current year subscription, that is 150, we're going to reduce. So from 52,950, we have to deduct the outstanding for last year as well as subscription received in advance for next year. So we're going to deduct that amount, and after that we're going to put the values in outer column. So that is 52,490. Then we're going to give the subscription received in advance effect to the liability side. Subscription received in advance 150. So in this way, we transfer the each and every element of the sum. Now we're going to take the total of income and expenditure account. The total of income side is so if we're going to take the total of income side, it is 88,520, and the total of expenditure is 72,700. So here we observe that the total of expenditure is more than the total of income. So there will be the surplus. So we can say to debit side to surplus. that is excess of income over expenditure. So from 88,520, if we deduct the 72,700, that time the surplus is 15,820. So with this surplus, we're going to add in the capital fund. So here we have to write down add surplus. The amount is 15,820. So the outer column amount will be 1,86,760. After that, we're going to take the total of balance sheet, that is assets and the liabilities. So the total of liabilities is 1,86,910, and the total of asset is also 1,86,910. In this way, we solved today's sum. See, we're going to revise again the subscription. In subscription, we have to add the current year's outstanding as well as previous years received in advance. We have to add in current year. After that, we have to deduct the last year outstanding as well as the amount of the advance received for next year that we have to deduct. And the current year outstandings effect should be given to the balance sheet asset side, and the received advance for the next year should be given to the liability side.